Levi Group contacted Zoe's company after the crisis was resolved. They wanted to contribute an additional $200 million investment to expand Zoe's business. Zoe accepted the offer without a second thought. In the afternoon, Zoe made another announcement. Any employee who weathered the crisis with us will receive a higher salary and more benefits from now on. She even promoted a few of her employees because the majority of the workers had quitted. The announcement made a huge impact on the business world in Northampton. Imperial Meadows was also hiring a large number of new employees as they needed to expand their business. A massive crowd of applicants gathered in front of the company's entrance. At the recruitment venue, a middle-aged obese man in a suit tossed his resume on the table. I was the head of the legal department in Imperial Meadows, Elmer Reed. Register my name immediately because I am coming back to work now. But the recruiter sneered. Elmer Reed, you say? You're on the Imperial Meadows' recruitment blacklist. You will never be employed by this company again for the rest of your life. Who are you? How dare you reject my application? Bring the head of the HR department here right now. Elmer roared. He was not pleased to be stopped by a few lowly employees at the entrance of the company. He is right. We used to be Imperial Meadows' employees. So why aren't you letting us in? We worked in this company for years. Imperial Meadows cannot operate without us. Not only do we want to rejoin the company, we demand to receive the extra benefits too. The crowd yelled and screamed at the recruiters, following Elmer Reed's lead. They were the employees who resigned amidst Imperial Meadows' crisis. They returned to the company after they heard about Zoe's announcement. But all of them were infuriated after they learned that their names were registered on the blacklist. Elmer Reed said angrily, "Give us a proper explanation. We can sue you for inflicting psychological trauma on us and demand compensation." Zoe appeared at that moment. I warned you of the consequences of leaving the company previously. All of you are on Imperial Meadows' blacklist now. The ex-employees cowered when they saw Zoe. Elmer said with a smile, "We have reflected on our mistakes now, Ms. Lopez. Please give us another chance." That's right. We are terribly sorry. Please give us another opportunity. The others pleaded as well. I already gave you a chance, Zoe responded unmercifully. The employees who stayed with Imperial Meadows before were grateful for their decisions. We would be facing the same situation as them if we followed them previously. Zoe was adamant. Anyone who's on the blacklist will never be accepted in Imperial Meadows. Fine. Do not blame us in that case, Zoe Lopez. We will stay here to protest until you return the jobs to us. Elmer Reed retorted. All the other ex-employees did as Elmer said. They blocked the company's entrance to prevent anyone from entering. Let's see who has got more time to waste now. Elmer added. I will also sue you for creating this unreasonable rule and infringing our basic human right to apply for a job. I will demand a large amount of compensation due to this horrible psychological trauma you have inflicted on us. Elmer Reed is adept at manipulating the law to his advantage. More importantly, they cannot operate as usual if he continues to protest here. Zoe saw Levi just as she was troubled by the predicament. A large group of scary men followed behind Levi. Who dares to stir up trouble in front of the Imperial Meadows' building? Levi shouted. That's me. Do you have a problem with that? Elmer accepted the challenge. Chopper and his men surged forward with a wave of Levi's hand. They quickly surrounded Elmer. Chopper patted Elmer's cheek tauntingly. What's going on? Are you causing a ruckus? Chopper asked with a grin. Elmer was scared out of his wits when he saw the menacing appearance of the thugs. The scars and tattoos covering Chopper's skin did not help ease his anxiety. Chopper's subordinates took care of the other employees who followed Elmer's lead. But Elmer summoned his courage and confronted Zoe. "How dare you hire these thugs to threaten me? I will sue you. You are dead." Zoe jeered at him. "Oh, I am sorry. I don't know them." Chopper agreed with her. "That's right. We don't know one another. I am here to settle this dispute. Because I do not like the way you are causing trouble here. Do you have a problem with that?" Everyone supported Chopper. "That's right. We don't like how you are bullying the others. We will interfere in this matter regardless of what you say. I know they are acquainted with each other, but I do not have any proof. What do you want?" "I am a lawyer, so I am not afraid of you." Elmer spoke with an unconvincing tone. Chopper patted his face again. "We don't want anything. Though I do know your daughter is a student at Northampton Primary School, and your wife is working at Sunshine Hypermarket." "What?" Elmer was taken aback by Chopper's words. "He's blatantly threatening me. But I can't say or do anything because of how he phrased his sentence. This is my bad. I will not repeat my mistake in the future." Elmer surrendered. "Don't you know that you should apologize after you make a mistake?" Chopper sneered. Elmer stood in front of Zoe and apologized. "We are terribly sorry, Ms. Lopez. We will not cause you any more trouble." Everyone admitted their mistakes as well. They regretted their decisions. "We could have enjoyed these benefits if we did not submit our resignation letters in the past." Members of the Lopez family were filled with regrets as well. What? Levi Group invested a total of $600 million? Imperial Meadows will be expanding its business? Harry Lopez was astonished. Fabian nodded. Yes. They have sufficient capital to expand their business after setting aside the money needed for the West City Ecological Park project. Imperial Meadows will be on par with Lopez Group soon. What? Harry Lopez was in utter disbelief. I thought I was so smart to take away that $100 million, but the tables have turned. We have messed up our relationship with Zoe at this point. Perhaps it is time we try to reconcile with Zoe. Levi was fully occupied by the matters related to Levi Group in the past few days. He decided to rename the company as Morris Group to pay respect to Morris Atkinson as well as to announce his rivalry with the Northampton Chamber of Commerce. Zoe's grandmother's birthday banquet was around the corner. Aaron and Caitlin were putting a lot of effort into preparing the birthday presents. Caitlin purchased a jade statue for her mother because her mother was a collector of those antiques. Aaron, on the other hand, spent $300,000 on a famous painting. Zoe bought a set of expensive supplements for her grandmother. Aaron was satisfied with the presents they had prepared for Caitlin's mother. He reminded Levi. You should come up with something too, Levi. This will be your first time meeting with your grandmother-in-law. Remember to buy an expensive gift. Get the money from Zoe if you have to. Caitlin glared at Aaron before turning to look at Levi. The price is not the priority. It is more important for you to put thought into the gift. You are right. The Black family is almost as influential as the Garrison family. They might even think of the expensive gifts as cheap objects, Aaron said. I should prepare a thoughtful present since this woman is Zoe's grandmother. Father, mother, does grandmother have any special hobbies or quirks? Levi asked. I am not sure about her hobbies, but she does have a bad habit, Caitlin answered. She likes to drink and smoke. My mother never listens to our advice. Levi smiled. Then I will prepare alcohol and cigarettes for her. What? Don't mess around, Levi. My siblings will scold me if you prepare those items as my mother's birthday present. Moreover, with my mother's status, she's not the type of person to just indulge in any alcohol and cigarettes. So you can erase that thought from your mind, Caitlin warned him. It's better for you to go empty-handed than adding to the trouble, Aaron added. All right then. But I will prepare a present for her. And this will be something grandmother has never seen because no one can buy this with money. The next day, everyone departed for the Black family house. Abigail tagged along with Levi and the others. Although Zoe was rich, the money was placed inside the company's account. Aaron did not have sufficient time to purchase a luxurious car either. Hence, they took the train to their destination. It was, after all, only a 40-minute ride. Aaron and Caitlin were reassured after they saw Levi leaving the house without a present. They were afraid of Levi's unpredictability and his tendency to worsen every situation. 40 minutes later, they arrived at the South City train station. Aaron and Caitlin walked in front with excitement, followed by Zoe and Abigail. Levi trailed behind them, carrying all their belongings. South City was hosting a national economy forum at that time, so the city council had enhanced the security in every train station and airport. A security check was placed at every train station exit. Beep beep beep. The security alarm was triggered when Levi passed through the gates. Chaos broke out at the exit immediately. Everyone scrambled to hide in the corners. The security guards were invigorated as the piercing sound of the alarm had startled them. The security teams assigned nearby the train station hurried over upon sensing the commotion. Levi stood at the exit, not knowing what he should do as the alarm would not stop beeping. Everyone stared at Levi apprehensively. Aaron and his family were dumbfounded as well. Don't move. Raise your hands. The guards loaded their guns and aimed the weapons at Levi. Levi was not carrying anything because all their belongings had to pass through the security check. As a result, everyone was under the impression that Levi had hidden a dangerous object on his body. The security team was especially tense due to the ongoing event in the city. Please evacuate immediately. Everyone left the scene under the security team's arrangements, including Zoe and her family. Levi was left alone at the security gate after a short while. What are you hiding? Reveal the objects immediately. The security guard shouted nervously. Levi smiled. I am not carrying anything else on me. That's not possible. Why else was the alarm triggered? We can show you leniency if you hand over the object on your own accord right now. The guard persuaded Levi. There's nothing to hand over, honestly, Levi answered carefreely. He walked through the security gate calmly while reaching into his pockets slowly. Do not move. Stand up straight and raise your hands. We will shoot you if you do not comply. Everyone yelled frantically as they did not know what Levi was planning to do. But Levi did not heed their warning. He continued to do as he pleased. The security guards were drenched in sweat under the stressful environment. Everyone could feel their hearts pounding heavily against their chest as that was the most challenging situation they had ever faced. They stared at Levi unblinkingly while tightening the grip on their guns with trembling hands. They had orders to shoot Levi on the spot if he took out anything deemed to be dangerous from his pockets. Swish. Levi removed the item from his pocket at that crucial moment. Phew. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief when they saw the object. It's just a cigarette. Levi placed the cigarette between his lips and said with a smile. What's with the tensed atmosphere? I am not carrying anything dangerous on me. Can I borrow a lighter, bro? The leader of the security team, Perry Chapman, strode up to Levi and lit his cigarette. At the same time, he searched Levi's body and discovered nothing. Perry waved his hand. Two other female guards shuffled forward and searched Levi's body again. The result was the same. Then, one of the female guards scanned Levi's body with a handheld metal detector. Beep beep beep. The alarm on the metal detector rang again. Perry immediately pointed his gun at Levi. The other guards behaved similarly. The atmosphere turned as heavy as before. The female guard continued to scan Levi's body. The metal detector was triggered when it hovered over his abdomen, chest, back, waist, knees, and other parts of his body. She ordered Levi with a frown. "Please remove your coat, sir." Levi complied because that was the standard procedure. Nothing was wrong with Levi's coat after the female guard scanned his outerwear. But the metal detector beeped again when she scanned Levi's body. "Please remove your shirt, sir." The same thing happened. "Remove your singlet now." Everyone was flabbergasted after Levi took off his singlet. They were horrified by the numerous scars covering his body. The scars were left behind after sustaining cuts, bullet wounds, burns, and all other kinds of injuries. What kind of person could he be to receive all these scars? There are more of these scars than we can see, judging from how the wounds overlap with one another. Is he a soldier? The thought flashed across Perry's mind. "Bring this mister to undergo a full-body imaging," Perry commanded. The security guard subjected Levi to a scan using the equipment available inside the imaging room. Levi's X-ray was displayed on the screen shortly after. Everyone nearly passed out after examining the X-ray. There were 13 bullets embedded in his body. 3 of the bullets were inches away from his brain, heart, and lungs. The bullet wound would have been fatal if the bullet's trajectory swayed a little. The rest of the bullets were lodged elsewhere in his body. Luckily, the bullets did not hit his vital organs, so Levi was not affected by the metal pieces inside his body. At that moment, Perry and the other guards were suddenly regarding Levi with the utmost respect. "This man is a soldier who fought for our country. He sacrificed himself to protect our nation. He's not flinching a little, even with all these scars and bullets embedded in his body. Men like him are the reason we can carry on with our lives in peace. Sir, these are the identifications we took from him." The security guard handed Perry Levi's identification card and military card. Perry's legs wobbled, and he nearly slumped onto the floor after glancing at his military card. God. God of war? He's the god of war. Perry had never been so afraid in his life. "We have heard of the god of war's recent arrival at Northampton. I did not expect God of War to be here in South City." At that moment, countless tanks arrived at the South City train station. Heavily armed soldiers sealed off the entire area with swift motions. The 2 soldiers leading the troop were evidently high-ranking officers in the army. Perry shivered fearfully at the sight of the 2 people who rushed into the office. He had predicted this to happen. "Are you Mr. Chapman? Let me introduce myself. I am Mortimer Lambert from the South War Zone." Perry was familiar with Mortimer Lambert's existence. He is one of the captains in the South War Zone. Perry shook hands with Mortimer immediately. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Captain Lambert. This is one of the captains serving under the god of war himself, Captain Alfie Steele. His troop recently returned from the battlefield." Mortimer introduced the other soldier next to him. Perry saluted at once. "Captain Steele, thank you for your services." Perry was aware that Alfie Steele and his men were actively protecting Arudia on the battlefield. Alfie returned the salute. Thank you for your hard work too, Mr. Chapman. Then Alfie added. I heard you took the god of war into custody? Boom. Perry was stunned by that question. I am doomed. More importantly, I cannot explain myself under this circumstance. The god of war is a high and mighty person, yet I subjected him to a security check and even searched his body. I must have offended him. That's all right. All of you did the right thing. Levi walked out of the imaging room after putting on his clothes. Sir. Alfie, Mortimer, and their subordinates saluted Levi immediately. Perry and his security team members said helplessly, We are terribly sorry to have wronged you, sir. Please punish us. Punish? Nonsense. You did the right thing. We should stay vigilant and tighten the security at a crucial time like this. It is a must for everyone to undergo the security check, regardless of their status. Levi responded. Tears brimmed in Perry's eyes. The god of war is such a gracious person. It must be an honor to serve him. I can clearly distinguish the unique pride in Captain Alfie and his men. Other soldiers do not give off an aura like this. What are you doing here with all your men, Alfie? Did you come here to wage war? Levi looked at Alfie sternly. Alfie answered swiftly, I did not plan to come here initially, sir. But I hurried over when I heard you were detained. Levi chuckled humorlessly after he kept his identifications. Do you think something bad will happen to me? This is just a normal security check. Ask all your men to retreat right now. Yes, sir. Alfie quickly relayed the commands. Don't worry. I will visit the battlefield once I have the time. Levi dragged Alfie aside and provided the latter with a few instructions. Please rest assured, sir. We have plenty of those things. I will send the items over on time tomorrow. Alfie smiled. Levi patted Perry's shoulder before he took his leave. Keep up the good work. The internal security of this nation is resting on your shoulders. I will fulfill my responsibilities and duties, Chief. Perry saluted with a burning passion. Oh, by the way, you guys should retreat after I leave this place. Levi left first to prevent attracting any attention to himself. Zoe and the others heaved a sigh of relief when they saw Levi exiting the train station unscathed. Abigail blurted uncontrollably when she saw Levi. Did they discover your identity, Levi? Identity? Zoe and her parents gazed at Abigail simultaneously.